This is Win News with Kerryn Johnston, live from Commonwealth Park, Canberra, celebrating the 28th annual Floriade, a tribute to the 100th anniversary of the Anzac landings at Gallipoli, and a celebration of our vibrant future.
Good evening and welcome to this special edition of Win News on night one of Floriade's NightFest. The Win Network is proud to be associated with Floriade and see it go from strength to strength. Over the next few nights, Commonwealth Park will come alive, taking visitors on a journey of discovery with incredible lighting designs and entertainment. Hard at work on this internationally acclaimed event is the team from Mandy Lights, and I am now joined by Director Dan Mercer. Dan, what an amazing night. Thank you for being here.
No worries.
Tell us, the theme for Floriade this year is reflection. How is NightFest going to embrace that?
We've tried to be really respectful to the reflections theme, so everything this year is really big and bold and beautiful, and we've really tried to make it sort of really encompass that reflections theme.
Fantastic, thanks Dan. I can't wait to check it out. Well, as we've heard, NightFest is one of the most anticipated events on the Floriade calendar. Win News reporter Mia Glover is out and about checking out the sights and sounds of the event. And Mia, what can we expect over the coming days?
Thanks, Kerryn. Well, just having a brief look at the program, and NightFest 2015 is set to be the biggest and best yet. They're expecting around 35,000 visitors over the next 5 nights to come here at Commonwealth Park, check out the amazing lighting displays, as well as some of the activities on offer. Mia Glover, Win News.
I'm now joined by ACT Chief Minister Andrew Barr. Chief Minister, welcome to this special edition of Win News. Lovely to have you.
Thanks, Kerryn. Great to be here.
People are already pouring through the gates. What is it that makes NightFest so special?
This is Australia's premier celebration of spring, and to be able to show off the spectacular flowers and the lighting displays here in Commonwealth Park at night is such a unique proposition, and people just love it.
Okay, so more news to come. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thanks for joining us. More than 200 volunteers have been busy working day in, day out to make sure Floriade runs smoothly. Win News reporter Harry Frost spoke with long-time volunteer John Dunn about the importance of the work he and his colleagues do.
Born and bred in Kingston, John Dunn is about as Canberran as you can get.
Still to come on this special edition of Win News, a look at the rest of the day's news, including jail for a man involved in a brazen theft. And we take a walk around Commonwealth Park with RSL ACT to find out how Floriade is helping our diggers. Welcome back to this special edition of Win News, coming to you live from Commonwealth Park. This year, Floriade has joined with charity partners the Independent Property Group Foundation and RSL ACT. Win News reporter Jodie Lee is at the RSL's Reflection Wall, where visitors can take a moment to remember the sacrifice of our war veterans. And Jodie, how exactly can people get involved?
Thanks, Kerryn. Well, just days ago, this was a blank canvas, but as you can see, it's since been transformed into a sea of red with thousands of poppies in honour of our Anzacs.
More than 100,000 poppies. Jodie Lee, Win News.
Thanks, Jodie. To the rest of the day's news now, and a Canberra man has been sentenced to serve 20 months jail over a brazen crime spree in Canberra's south. Win News court reporter Harry Frost has more.
Michael Forrest was led into court by corrective services officers as he faced Justice David Robinson for sentencing.
Amy Duggan is next with sport, but before we find out what's happening, how impressive is this setting, Amy?
It is absolutely beautiful, Kerryn. It is my first NightFest after many a day here at Floriade, and isn't it different by night? It's stunning.
It is, it's fantastic. I can't wait to check it out. Tell us what is coming up in sport.
There's plenty coming up in sport. The Capitals have announced a new signing, and the Sydney Thunder is looking for new talent in Canberra. Welcome back to this special edition of Win. Capitals forward Steph Talbot says she'll be looking to play a bigger role for the side in the WNBL this season. The 21-year-old took a break from training to join Canberra United striker Ash Sykes for a bit of fun at Floriade.
A change of scenery for Australian sporting stars Ashley Sykes and Steph Talbot.
This update proudly brought to you by Rawson Homes for real quality, service and price.
Welcome back to this special edition of Win. Capitals forward Steph Talbot says she'll be looking to play a bigger role for the side in the WNBL this season. The 21-year-old took a break from training to join Canberra United striker Ash Sykes for a bit of fun at Floriade.
A change of scenery for Australian sporting stars Ashley Sykes and Steph Talbot.
And that is sport from this special Floriade edition of Win News, Kerryn.
Thanks, Amy. Well, it did not feel too much like spring around the region today. Joining me now is Hannah McEwan. And Hannah, how long will this cold change last?
Good evening, Kerryn. We have another cool day forecast for the region tomorrow, but luckily those temperatures will warm up again into the weekend. I will have all the details for you after the break. Good evening, everyone. Well, what a picture-perfect night for the first night of NightFest here at Floriade. It is, of course, very chilly, though. After a freezing day for the region, those temperatures barely reached the mid-teens. Now, tomorrow we have very similar temperatures forecast. Those winds will gradually ease. It was a very windy day for the region. We have some early frost forecast, but then those temps will gradually warm on Friday and more so into the weekend. We've got plenty of sunshine forecast as well, so some great weather to get out and about and enjoy some more spring sunshine and hopefully a little bit more warmth. Now, speaking of temperatures, let's dive into what we saw across the region today. Starting off in Sydney, we reached today a top of 16 degrees, 10 last night, 10 to 15 for Wollongong, and 16 was your top around Nowra with a low of 7 last night. 7 to 14 degrees around Ulladulla, and now on to the south coast. If you were around Batemans Bay, 10 to 16 degrees, 8 to 16 for Moruga, and 6 to 13 for Bega. Now, for the Snowy Mountains, you can see those temperatures were freezing last night. -6 for Perisher, 0 degrees was your top. -8 to -4 around Thredbo, and -3 to 3 for Jindabyne. Now, you can see across the ACT, those temperatures were cool. 14 for Canberra today was 2 cooler than average. It did feel a little bit cooler than that, though, due to the fact that, of course, those winds were reasonably strong. -4 to 13 degrees for Goulburn today. So, like I mentioned, those temperatures will be very similar across the region tomorrow. We do have the slight chance of an isolated shower or two. They're a little bit more likely for coastal regions, and we have got strong to gale wind warnings in place for the region tomorrow. And I'll show you why. Let's have a look at that satellite chart. You can see we've got that region of high pressure which is sitting in the Bight. That over the next couple of days is going to gradually weaken as it moves a little further east. But you can also see that low which is sitting in the Tasman Sea. So between that low and the region of high pressure, those winds have been reasonably strong, and again, wind warnings are still in place for the south coast for tomorrow. So we've got showers forecast with some cloud cover around the south coast, the Snowy Mountains tonight, but of course here across the ACT it is looking fine and dry. Now you can see tomorrow that region of high pressure will gradually start to make its way further east, and like I mentioned, it is going to weaken. By the weekend, that region of high pressure should be sitting pretty much directly over southeastern parts of the country, so helping to keep those skies nice and clear across most of inland parts of the southeast, although it is going to be, like I mentioned, a little bit wet for the south coast. Now, for the ACT tomorrow, temperatures will be cold to start, so we can expect to see a little bit of light morning frost. Generally a partly cloudy day though, and again we've got the slight chance for a couple of showers and possibly some light snowfall above around 1,000 metres. Southerly winds tomorrow should reach around 35 kilometres an hour, a top of 14 for Canberra with 1 overnight, 1 to 13 for Tuggeranong. Now, for the Snowy Mountains tomorrow, we've got a cloudy day with some showers, snow above 1,000 metres, southerly winds reaching 40 kilometres an hour. Perisher tomorrow's in for a top of just 1 degree and -6 to -2 around Thredbo. Now again, for the south coast, we've got showers likely, south to southwesterly winds up to around 35 kilometres an hour. Fire danger tomorrow's low to moderate. For Ulladulla, we have 15 and 16 for Narooma. Now the sun is rising tomorrow across the ACT at 5:51, setting at 6:01. A quick look at our 7-day forecast. It will be, as you can see here, a top of 14 degrees in Canberra tomorrow. Slight chance of some showers. For the most part, though, I think it will be a partly cloudy day. 1 to 15 degrees for Friday, so warming up just slightly there. Still on the cooler side at night with some light early frost. Now into the weekend, we have a top of 17 degrees on Saturday. Some cloud cover around, but it should be dry. Warming up to a lovely 19 on Sunday. As you can see, it's going to be partly cloudy for the end of the weekend. Those showers should return early next week with a top of 20 degrees for Monday, 2 degrees overnight. So So Monday looks to be the warmest day of the week, and then those temps should gradually start to cool down. So as you can see, the cool weather hasn't stopped the abundance of people enjoying the night show here at Floriade, and what an amazing experience it is to be here. Like Kerryn mentioned, I cannot wait to go check it out shortly. The flowers are absolutely picture perfect, and the weather couldn't be better really. A little bit more warmth wouldn't go astray though. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and Kerryn, now it's back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Hannah. Just recapping our special bulletin tonight, Commonwealth Park has come alive after dark with night one of NightFest kicking off this evening. Thousands of people are expected to pour through the gates over the next 5 nights to be entertained by an array of performances, food, wine and, of course, the spectacular light displays. That's Win News for this Wednesday night. Thank you for your company. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win, Australia's #1 regional television network.